Why, howdy there, and welcome to Mower Mike's Garage. Yep, that's my new Juan Deere hat. Pretty proud of her. So, today I'm going to do a little video on how to change your oil on your lawnmower. And this lawnmower here is the most common lawnmower motor out there, and it's strapped onto a Lawn Boy. This is your $149 special, Walmart special lawnmower. So I'm going to walk you through how to do it properly. Now, I did a little YouTubing research just like you've done out there, and I have seen some pretty funky ways on how to change your push mower lawnmower. There's people tipping them to the side, there's people with big old pumps, there's people all sorts of stuff. It's just ridiculous. Now, there is a plug underneath this lawnmower for a reason to drain the oil out. So we're going to do it the proper way. It's not that difficult. So your first thing to do is you want to prop it up because you're going to have to get underneath it. Now, you can just tilt it backwards and pull the plug out and drain it, but really it's better just to prop it up. And these things are so light. What do I got here? I got me a couple Slim Fast boxes from the old Amazon, if I can get a hold of it. See, just a cardboard box, can prop it up real easy, and that's it. Next, we're gonna slide underneath here and drain the oil out. Now, before you do it, it is always a good idea to run it for, I don't know, 30 seconds, just to warm it up, get the chunks of crap circulating in the motor. That way it pops out, but really not necessary. It's all gonna be black and nasty when we pull her out. So let's slide underneath her. So me and the Mower Mike team have been doing some high-level research on how do you get underneath this lawnmower if you have no tools? You don't have any boxes, you ain't got nothing. Well, I got an idea for you, so try this out. So what you can do, you can tip the mower backwards. Don't tip to the side, don't tip to the forward because oil or gas will spill out, but you can safely tip them backwards. And then you can throw a weight on your handle like so, and you can get underneath her. And once you're underneath her, you can take the plug out. And as you do it, make sure you get your drain pan, slide it underneath said lawnmower, and then to drain it, just set it back down and let her drain. Now, doing this is probably a lot easier to remove the lawnmower blade. And as you change your oil, this is an excellent time to sharpen that blade, take it off, replace it. I'll put a link down below. So, all right, let's slide underneath her. This is Mower Mike's Garage. You didn't think I was actually going to use cardboard Slim Fast boxes to jack this thing up. All right, now we got the old Juan Deere green lawnmower in the air. So let's slide underneath her and I'm show you how to drain the oil. All right, we are now underneath my elevated lawnmower. What a shot. So now we are going to take out the drain plug. You can see on this one here, on your cheaper lawnmowers that are not self-propelled, your drain plug should be very accessible right here. You see this one here is just a 3/8 inch hole that we're going to take out. Very easy to take off. Now, as a warning, some of you are going to get underneath here and you're not going to see your drain plug. A lot of times on your self-propelled lawnmowers, you're going to have separate covers right here, and you're going to take off certain things to get to your drain plug. I've got a great video on a Troy-Bilt self-propelled where it shows you how to take all that off. And I'll have the link down below in the video description. But back to this little turd. So you've got a hole right here. On this one here, it's got a square hole. So what do you put in your square hole? You put a square tool in there. And this one here is just a 3/8 inch extension, or even just your 3/8 inch ratchet. Now this ratchet should be on any of your Walmart tool sets, very cheap. Everybody should have them. That's why they made them like this. So you just stick it in there like so. I like using an extension. That way you can get a little more away from it. And you just crank it off. Now this one, because my lawnmower is elevated and not in a secure position, I'm going to take my big boy. We're going to put about 500 pounds of reverse torque on her and crank her off. So hopefully this works and I don't get too much crap all over me. Well, let's put my extension on there. This is going to be a mess, but that's part of the fun of YouTubing. All right, let's see. That did not go as planned. Hang on just a minute. All right, I got to admit this video is not going as planned, but learn from my mistakes. Do not hang your lawnmower from a rope from a tree and try to do this. What you need is a sturdy position. So what I'm doing, going back to my original idea. We've got the lawnmower tilted back. I've got a weight on the handle. This way it's gonna give us a little sturdier spot, and I'm gonna try to just manhandle this thing out of here. Now, what I haven't told you is that this lawnmower is about 13 years old, and my buddy Keith believed that you don't really need to change your lawnmower oil. All you gotta do is add more as it runs out. So this plug has never been out of here. Son of a... All right. What are we gonna do next? Well, sometimes you gotta go big or go home. This is either gonna work or it's gonna strip it out. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna shove it directly into the hole, and I really, really hope this works. All right, just lost my light. Mower Mike can't change the oil on a $100 lawnmower. Might as well take my, there we go. Wow, that was much harder than it thought. So, some of these oil plugs are not gonna be easy to get out, as you can witness. So you might wanna go to the weak method of just tipping it off to the side, but let's go. All right, so we've got it tilted up. I'm gonna go ahead and take my weight off the back end. That way, oil doesn't go totally everywhere. We're gonna hold it up, and let's see what this looks like. Ooh, all right. I can see it's coming out very, very thick oil. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it all the way down so it doesn't get everywhere, as she's trying to do. And we're gonna let it drain. Okay, wow. All right, let's let it drain, and I'm gonna get the plug back in there. All right, that was way more excitement than I planned on. So next, all you do, get your drain plug. Hopefully it didn't fall in your oil like I did. It's all nasty. And you just screw it back in there. Super, super easy. So again, this isn't an easy job if you can't find the drain plug, or if that drain plug doesn't want to come out. So when you tighten it, remember, you don't need to put He-Man strength on there, because or else you might have the same issue I had getting her in there. But righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There we go. There we go. Again, a lot of people don't think these engines already even have drain plugs, but they do. And this really is the best way to get it, because gravity works and it sucks all the oil to the bottom. All right. We got it all sealed up, so next I'm gonna pull the thing down. We're gonna do the easy part, talk about oil, throw some oil in there, and see if this sucker starts. All right, we finally got all the oil out of it. We got the plug back in it, and now it's time to fill it full of oil, which is the fun and easy part. We get to talk about oil. So this engine in particular is a 6.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor. It takes 0.6 quarts of oil, does not have an oil filter, so it doesn't take much oil at all. In the manual it says takes 10W30. I use small engine oil, AMSOIL 10W30. That works really good, but really, folks, this is a $150 lawnmower. You can put anything you want in it. 10W30, 20W50, 30 weight. What I do with cheap lawnmowers, if I didn't have this AMSOIL, I would just go find whatever quart of oil I got and just throw it in there. The key to these cheap engines is clean oil and changing your oil every now and then. So go ahead and fill her up. Again, 0.6 quarts. Do not put it in your gas cap. Put it into the oil cap, which is right here. And what you're going to see is, all right, let's get a zoom in. When you get to point, it's going to have the dipstick. Oh, yeah. And you're going to fill it up between these 2 points right here. You're going to see 2 little dots. Make sure it's between the dots when you fill it up, because you don't want to put too much oil in it, because that's when things start smoking and she starts spewing oil everywhere. And I like using a funnel. I got this fancy dancy funnel, and 0.6 quarts. There's really not much oil at all in these suckers. I can see a little more, 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 a little more. All right, that should be about it. And then go ahead and check it, make sure it's between those 2 dots. You know, you're better off putting less is more, because once you overfill it, then you got to get that oil out of there. That's the main thing, is you do not want to overfill these motors. All right, with that, I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. It was a bit of a mess. But if you want to stick around and see something stupid, see if I can get this thing started, we'll do a little bonus feature. But if not, please subscribe. Had fun doing it. We'll catch you next time for the next goofy mower video. Mower Mike out. All right, it's time for a test-a-rooski on the little green turd. Yep, that's the new nickname for this mower, your viewers, Keith. As you know, we've got fresh 10W30 Amsoil in her. I also put a new spark plug on it, put a new air filter on it, and then I also ran a little mechanic in the bottle because this thing hadn't run in about 3 years. Now, if you look at this grass, it is December, but this thick, lush yard is ryegrass, so it's she's got her work cut out for her. So let's see how she does. Wow, wow, come on. Oh yeah. Look at that. You won't find a smoother cutting lawnmower than this thing, which is pretty surprising because this thing, I thought it was a piece of junk, but it turned out pretty good. So I hope that helped. Hope you got a couple giggles out of it, and change your oil the right way. Do it the right way, and stop messing around with those other YouTube videos. So with that, Mower Mike's out.